Well guys, we have a quest. Actually, we have 3 quests. I've been waiting to play this pun on words now for about 2 months. We maybe messed up and bought 3 Nissan quests. And these are gonna run junk run, vans. Basically, I'm gonna build them bone stock and put square tubing, but we are allowed a 4-point cage. We are allowed to sedagan, we're allowed to do a lot of things, but here's the kicker. I don't give a crap about these vans. And I wanted to make all the pun jokes, like we're going on a quest to my favorite rocket ship. So, here's the deal. We have 3 Nissan quests. I have never, not once, seen a Nissan quest inside the Derby ring. I've seen Caravans, I've seen Montanas, I've seen Siennas, I've seen Oldsmobile vans, I have seen Aerostars, I've seen Windstars, I've seen Astros, I've seen everything. I've seen Honda Odysseys. I have never seen one of these hunks of junk in the ring. So let me explain to you why we're going to derby it. Well, here's reason number 1. We have 1 Nissan Quest there. We got 1 Nissan Quest here. Unfortunately, this one doesn't run. Somebody maybe got into it and threw a brick on the gas pedal and it just blew up. But, so we have 3 of them, like I was saying. So we have that one, which is half stripped. We have that one, which has been stuffed. Oh, that's not it. That's a weird car. And that one right there. That Nissan Quest back there. That one is also stripped. Don't mind the red one. Don't look at it. That's something that's going to come. But we have 3 Nissan Quests here. And with those Nissan Quests, I'd like to see how they do. Guys, this Nissan Quest is coming apart like you wouldn't believe. Everything is coming apart really, really nicely. We did find a lucky horseshoe in here. So maybe, just maybe, this Nissan Quest is going to do us good. What is left to do to this? We got to take airbags out. We got to pull the front end apart on this. So what we're going to do is take off the bumper, pull the whole front rad support out, take the radiator out, and then we're going to mount our bumper, take out our inner wheel wells, and then that's just about it. We're probably going to run no hood on it. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do to this thing tonight. So we're going to continue stripping this, and we'll get right back to you with on what it looks like when it's completely torn apart. Then we got to drop the gas tank and go from there. It has got to be plus 32 degrees Fahrenheit today. Not Fahrenheit, Celsius. It is some hot. So how you change Celsius to Fahrenheit is you double it and then add 32. So it's 32, 32, 32. So that's 96 today with the humidity. This has been in the sun for the last hour. It is so hot. It's like drinking like hot water. But why are we going to try these Nissan Quests? 1, because I bought 3, so I have all these parts so that if one goes and something stupid takes out like a coil pack. 2, there's no aluminum. All the suspension is steel, front and rear. It's got massive amounts of steel in the back. It's got a full suspension in the front. Good looking tie rods. So there. I think that's reason number 2. And then reason number 3 is because we have them. It's kind of the same as reason 1. Some downsides. Full rad support. They just explode when you put a little bit of pressure on them. So my plan is to take out the radiator, loop the lines, drive really fast, really hard until it overheats. That's my game plan. I'm going to take a dummy temp sensor, throw it into it, and go from there. These things are going to pretty much be bone stock. I might even go without a hood. Yep, that is my plan for this thing. So what we're going to do is no cage. We're going to run pretty much what we consider almost up here is almost our pro junk run. And we're going to run it very stock. And we're going to see if the other one is worth building or just going to become a dumpster van. So that's pretty much how this is going to go. We're going to see if it's worth it or if they're just junk. And we're going to run them to see if you guys think they're worth it too. Maybe if we put a little more effort into it, maybe it might become something cool. And the great thing about these Nissans is I'm pretty sure they share the same chassis as the Altima. Not all of it, but most of it. So what I'm thinking is, if this thing gets really good and it just turns off or something like that, maybe I can put a 2.5 liter Altima engine in it and it gets all the way back. So put a 2.5 Altima engine in it, probably gives you about another 6 inches to the radiator, maybe 8 inches. But that is something in the future, because everybody pulls the V6s out of the Siennas and puts the 4-cylinders in. What happens if the Nissan Quests are actually worth doing that? But we're just stripping it today. Everything's coming out pretty good. Nothing too crazy, but we're going to get it stripped down to pretty much nothing and then see what we can do to get her built up. So stick with us, guys. I'll be checking back in on this thing every now and then and seeing how she goes. And that Ford Flex will be built once it's done being parted out a bit, just trying to make a little bit of money off it before she becomes a smash-up project. So let's see how this thing goes. Just covered in sweat. Whew. We have this Nissan Quest up here on the hoist. I've been working on it slowly throughout the week. What have we done? We got one double made for it. I'm having a hard time keeping tires here, so these are 15-inch Mazda rims with the wrong size doubles in them, and it actually feels like it's definitely gone flat, so fuck you. This tire gave me a very hard time, and yeah, no, I don't even want to talk about it then. We got donuts on the back. We have all the brakes still on the back. We have brake lines in all 4 corners. We covered the discs in chain lube, so then that way it kind of spins freely, but this tire is making me upset already. I don't want to look at it. We have another one to be made there. I just need to get the right size doubles. We have to grind this caliper to fit the 15s on it. And then got a double on this side. We got the gas tank out. As you guys can tell, this van is super rust-free. Super rust-free. Is that that's the frame, guys. Yeah, that's the frame on this thing. So, yeehaw! This is gonna be fun. But what we're gonna be doing is, I bought something new, and I would like to put it on the front of this van. The rules do state I can use it, I just can't fill it with water. So we got some plates. We're going to be welding them over the end of the frame right here. So let's get that done. She's tired of the grinding noises. So let's get these plates welded on, and then I can show you guys what I bought / built for this thing.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas.
Hey guys, I got a little dirty. It's still not going away. So we've been cutting, welding, grinding today. We're allowed to do whatever we want in the front 6 inches, so I try to keep my plates a little under, so they're like 5 3/4. And then this plate here is a little over the rules, but honestly, I'm allowed 6 by 6, and that's 4 by 10, so it's kind of 6 by 6. They're gonna hate it, but it just goes kind of the cap in the end of the frame. The reason we cap the end of the frame is so that the pressure's spread out evenly on the frame, on the bumper, and then we have the repair plate on this side as well. Smoking hot, so do not touch that, or else you will end up with burns like this. That's right, we get burns all the time here. I call them like victory wounds kind of thing. I don't know. Kind of like them every now and then. Makes you look aggressive. People don't really mess with you when you got scars all over. So we got these on. You guys want to see the bumper that I invested? So all the cool kids have been getting these bumpers. So I thought it was time I got one. Now I did mine with a little bit of a twist. It's been fully cut out and able to take water. And then what I did was Jeez. I actually put a bleeder nipple in this, so then that way, before I cut these holes, I actually put a air thing in there and put 25 PSI in here, and then went around fixing all the pinholes. As you can see, like, had to like trace this one up a bit. This is what I got my big welding burn on. But this thing here is like 135, 140 pounds, maybe more, I'm not sure. But the rules that we're going to, I'm actually not allowed to fill this one with water for the first time. So we're gonna derby it once without water, and then take it off, and then we'll loop these lines, and then we'll pressure test it again to 20 PSI, and see how it's holding up after one run for water. But the first thing we got to do is lift this up. If you guys are interested where I got this from, this is from Archibald Derby Supply here in Ontario. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you. I'm not sure if he wants to be able to start selling stuff yet. This here is based off a 76 Impala, and it's actually set up to run mini, so it's a lot narrower than a full-size one, is what I wanted. Now, you can get these things in like 3/8, 5/16, quarter, and 3/16. I went for the smallest option, 3/16, because I did not want something super, super heavy for the front of a camera. I was thinking maybe doing quarter. If I was to do this again, what I think I would do is get all, I don't know if he can do this, mismatch stuff. I'd like the back, right, this piece right here to be quarter, and that piece over there to be quarter, and then all the front to be quarter, and then everything else to be 3/16. I think that would probably be better. Yeah, I kind of like it, guys. I kind of really like it. This was a lot of welding, and like, I did this beautiful weld and then leaned right on it, so that thing there's been healing for about 5 goddamn days. But, saying that, this is coming along good. It's coming along really good. But now, we just have to somehow lift this to the front of the car and get some welds on it. So let's try that. Okay guys, I'm about to throw out my back. Are you guys ready to watch this? I'm gonna lift the bumper, tack weld it with no mask on, and hopefully it goes on. Let me answer Josh's call first. So that was Josh Archibald. I just got off the phone with him. He tells me I can tell him where I bought the bumpers from. Archibald Derby Supply, guys, is where I buy 90% of my stuff. I really enjoy their headers. I really enjoy their cages, their window bars. They cut me almost all my centers now just because of how local they are and how easy to get to they are. They cut these bumpers for me. They do a lot of work, and they do good stuff. It's just, I want them to get bigger is my kind of thing. They just need the time and the space, pretty much. They all work full-time jobs, and they just do this as a hobby out of their backyard. So if you guys want some of these laser bumpers, I don't know if you'll be selling them welded, just because of it's almost like 8 hours of welding just to get these things welded together. They might just sell them as the kits, but that means you guys get them cheaper, and then you can weld them yourself. You can put as many gussets in as you want, as little gussets as you want. I put all the gussets because I only went 3/16, but if I went 3/8, I'd probably leave out some of the gussets. But let me try to lift this thing. That's right. Oh. I should have brought the car down a bit. Oh, that was a horn. Nope, I'm bringing the car down. Oh. Just too tall. Okay, let's try this again. I thought I could lift this thing above my head at one point in time, but then I realized I'm just not that strong anymore. Oh, I forgot to turn the fucking welder on! This is stupid. I'm doing this for you guys. Just gonna be picky now, measure, because of how bad the meltdown bumper went. So you're talking 8.5, and you're talking 8 3/4. That is closer than the meltdown bumper, and I didn't even measure this one. I just kind of threw it up there. Holy, I don't think I need to go to the gym today, guys. Holy Mackinac, that was heavy. Let's get her fully welded up. I gotta make a TikTok first, though. You guys are laughing at me making TikToks, but I think you guys like the TikToks more than you like my actual videos. Like one of those wild TikTokers these days you see dancing in the streets. You'll never see me dancing in the streets. Dancing inside a derby car halfway through the pit? Maybe. Let's get this thing fully welded.
Competing, if you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim, yeah. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past.
Well, we got the bumper on. I only welded the outside and the top. I did not weld the inside or the bottom. Reason for that is, guys, we all know that this van is a one-run van. With how rotted the back is, she ain't gonna be getting 2 runs out of her, so might as well make the bumper easy to cut off. So, all my big bumpers, I like to run a D-ring, just because it is easier to get dragged out of the ring so you don't damage any of your tires, or anything like that. It's easier to get a straight pull, pulling it on your trailer and tying it down, and then even here, moving it around with my loader makes it a lot easier, and then even cutting the bumper off makes it easier. So any of you guys that are running heavier bumpers, maybe think of that. I bought 12 of those off Amazon for I think 50 or 60 bucks, and just been slowly putting them on derby cars. And if you weld them close enough to the front, and then you make it stick out about there, and you just give it a little tack before you go in the ring, then you got an extra point. I'm joking, don't do that. But, so yeah, what are we gonna do now? So, what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna be looping the rad hoses, finding the temperature gauge, the temperature sensor, looping that, taking the windshield out, and cutting the sway braces off so that way I can put steel behind the struts and get this thing ready to go. So, quite a bit more to go.